What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building for a recap of Black Ink Crew. This is season 5, episode 15. Let's get into it. I want to really try to keep this as brief as possible because yesterday's episode was, I guess, what you would call a filler episode. It was entertaining, but it was just so much strange shit happening. So next it starts off with the crew joking around. You got Melody, Young Bae, and Donna. They're all joking around. And, you know, they're all laughing. Walt comes in with some flowers for Donna. Apparently she done went out on some date. Then Walt ends up talking about the situation with Caesar and how Caesar tried to get Kit to respect her, you know, the way they do him. They're talking about that last little meetup they had where Sky quit. Donna said that she talked to Sky, and Sky talking about she quit. She's so done with Black Ink, you know, she's so sick of it, and, you know, just craziness. I feel like this, and I'm gonna say this again, regardless of whoever Caesar gets with, they need to learn to respect people. It just seemed like they just want to be assholes for no reason. Well, you just met her and it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's the brand ambassador, they still, whether he fucking her or not, they need to respect her. But I think it's how she came in there and, you know, act like she was running shit. It threw everybody off. So that's why that situation, they wasn't wrong. The Black Ink Crew wasn't just wrong. Sky wasn't just wrong. Kit was wrong too. It was all put together wrong. But, yeah, Sky was definitely wrong, you know, with how she reacted. She overreacted. But Sky always overreacts and nobody says anything. Anyways, let's get to next. We have Young Bae and Kevin. They're out at a hookah lounge and she's feeling him. She thinks he's cool and cute. And next, Donna and some other guy from Black Ink 125th. He comes to hang out and he's all rubbing all on the guy Kevin. Young Bae is looking like, hey, I thought we was on a date. What's going on? And then the one guy is doing little tricks with his fucking tongue. Young Bae and Donna all thrown off. They end up having a drink at another table. Kevin and the guy, I don't know his name, from 125th, they're having a drink and they completely get away from Young Bae and Donna. So, you know, that throws Young Bae off. You know, she's single, she's sick and she go get some wiener, and, you know, Young Bae, you's a cute girl, honey, but he's not for you, okay? So, anyways, next we have Caesar and Kit. Kit comes over all upset, and she's so upset. Do y'all see, when y'all look at Kit, don't she remind you of Nicki? I just want her to bust out and say, if you mess with my man, I will be the one to bring it to... Remember that song? That girl, I swear, she look and sound like fucking Nivea. Nivea done got bigger now. She done got a lot bigger now, but, that damn Kit, oh my God, reminds me of, that damn Nivea, like, really bad. It's crazy how much they look alike. Okay, so next we have Donna and everybody, and, Walt and Young Bae. They all, you know, laughing and joking, and Young Bae and Donna's telling him about what happened with Kevin and the guy and how they left together, and, you know, Walt is like, can't believe it. He's just like, damn, I didn't know dude was like that, and, you know, what's going on? So I think Young Bae ends up asking him, hey, are you gay? You like guys? And he's, I guess, you know, he's bi, and he doesn't like to be labeled as gay. I really understood where he was coming from, because let's be honest, in a black community especially, and probably other communities too, but it really seems to happen in the black community, when as soon as you are a guy and you tell people you gay, that's all you are. You know, that's all she wrote. That's it. You know, people tend to judge you. So I understand him being hesitant and, you know, just trying to wait till he got to know. I completely understood everything he was saying. He explained it so perfectly. So him and Donna, he's going to tattoo Donna. And they're talking, and he's just like, hey, I like guys and girls. If I have a connection with somebody, I have that connection. So I was totally here for what he was saying. Very understandable. Donna, dates girls and guys as well. Well, not dates, sleeps with, but, So he does a bomb-ass tattoo, honey, on her. So he did really good. I skipped the damn part, y'all, with C's and Kit. So anyway, she gets so mad at C's because she felt like Sky was disrespecting her. Everybody was disrespecting her. Everybody knows that they slept together. And Kit, you played your cards wrong. You should have never slept with that man that early. Really should sleep with people at your job because you're going to have to keep seeing them. And a lot of people don't want to deal with the repercussions of that. But she just played it all wrong. But she storms out, gets upset with him, and, she's done. So anyways, we got Dutchess and Melody. And Dutchess trying to act like she's so happy and in a good space. But bitch, you look very miserable. You look miserable as hell and you ain't fooling nobody. You still checking for C's. I am upset with Melody. Melody is telling Dutchess how C's is hooking up with Kid and how C... And I could kind of see where Dutchess would feel betrayed. I had to kind of put myself in her shoes. Other than that, I'm like, bitch, you should be over him. But I know it takes time to get over somebody and you will feel really sensitive about it if you feel like you've been around this girl, you thought y'all was cool, and then she's messing with him. So I could kind of understand where she was coming from with that. But Dutchess, he is not your man no more, honey. You got to move on. The man has the right to mess with whoever he wants. So Melody tells her that about him and Kit. They've been messing around, and then she says he's been messing with Sky's friend. And Dutchess is not having it. Dutchess is upset. She's bothered by that. And she's just like, oh, so he's about 40 years old and being a thought and shit. And what is up with that? And she is just so distraught by it. It's just like, girl, let the shit go. Let the shit go. She was going on and on how Sky is really not her friend. You and Sky, Dutchess, are not friends. She's more of a friend. Well, really, I don't even know her relationship with C's, because I'm going to tell you something. If I was so-called cool with Sky the way C's was, I would never be cool with somebody the way C's is with her. I would have been in fired Sky, you guys, until she got some kind of psychotherapy, some kind of, she got a psychologist, because there are some good parts of Sky. She could be funny and over the top. She is good for the show, let's be honest, but she has too much of a temper and she's ready to fight people and she's so street. So if she could tune that out and turn that on down, she would be fine. But yeah, Dutchess made some comments about her kids, talking about, oh, well, I guess you ain't ever cared for me, no way. You ain't even care for your own damn kids, and a lot of people felt upset that Dutchess went that far, but let's be honest, Sky hits below the belt too. So did I feel like Dutchess need to say all that? No, because you should already know where you and Sky are at. Y'all ain't the best of friends. She don't have respect for you like that. Shit, when you was managing the shop, she ain't had no respect for you. She was fucking with Tiffany, and you wouldn't do nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel both ways, you guys, about that, about Dutchess hitting below the belt, because Sky hits below the belt too. And then I feel, on the other hand, you didn't really have to go there about the kids, because maybe that's the best she could do, was give them away. And I do wish Sky would reach out to the kids, not so much to kind of fully be back in their life, but just to see how, things are with them. I wish they would really shoot that instead of this other dumb shit she be doing. But I can only hope and wish. But yeah, they both, they both play a role in what they do to each other, definitely. So next we have Donna and Walt. They had some silly ass store, and to make a long story short, Oshit comes in and, they're apologizing to him for looking up stuff on Nicki, and, long story short, he forgives them as if he has a fucking choice. Dude, they was looking out for you. They was just being a friend. It's like he doesn't appreciate nothing. I'm so over Oshit. Next, we got Boosie is getting tatted up by C. C mentions that Kit sent him to 113th instead of 125th because she's still upset with him. But anyways, he has a tattoo to do. So he ends up doing his tattoo. Next, we have Sky doing some kind of workout video for her kitty cat, honey. I don't know what the fuck going on. We got Young Bae and Walt there. He's shooting it. And, you know, just Sky being fucking Sky, y'all. Just crazy as hell. I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? So next we have Dutchess. She's at some women's empowerment, wherever she at. Anyways, Tiffany is there. I guess she invited her out. Long story short with them. You know, they talk about how Dutchess and C's ain't together no more. Tiffany tells her how they had a team building exercise and what happened with that, how Sky was acting all crazy. And then Tiffany had let her know too that, hey, she don't even care about her kids. So, you know, I'm not checking for Sky. And so Dutchess ends up telling her, hey, I'm going to be at Pretty and Ink. You should come down, and you know, I would like to offer you a position there. You know, I really like your skills. I thought this was brilliant because Tiffany is a talented artist and people shouldn't just let her go. So I thought it was a good idea. And so hopefully, you know, Tiffany takes her up on that offer. Next, you got C's. He's coming over to Sky's house to apologize. They got these stupid ass walkie-talkies. C's, why are you really apologizing? You think it's okay for her to keep acting like that? Like, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. How much more is he gonna take from her acting a fool? Granted, you did not like him putting the bitch kid in charge and all of that. But did you have to drag the fucking tablecloth like Cookie did on Empire? Did you have to do all of that? You know, so to me, he promotes more of her bad behavior, you guys. So I can't feel sorry for you, honey. You are apologizing to her for what? Because she can't respect anybody. So long story short with them, y'all, he ends up offering her a position at Black Ink Atlanta as a manager. She should not get that position without going to see a psychiatrist first. Acting all crazy, spazzing out. It's good for TV, but it's bad for business, baby. Okay? Because ain't nobody trying to put up with all that. I know a chick right now that acts like that. And I could tell you right now, a lot of people don't want to deal with no bitch like Sky that you know, they're unstable in their moods. You never know how they're going to act. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that street shit. Next, we have Dutchess. She's out at a club. Tiffany is there. Some other girl is there with them. And she is talking to the guy, Zack, who is her new boyfriend, I guess. She talking about she was waiting on C's all this time. It's like, Dutchess, why would you wait on C's when it's been over and you the one that left him? The guy, Zack, is really cute and young, but he goes to get sick of Dutchess after he see how she is. Like I told you, you guys, I like Dutchess. I want to like Dutchess, but Dutchess is very childish and she really needs to let Caesar go and move on. She also could benefit from some psychiatric help on admitting to the shit that she says and does. And so that's pretty much it. They just showed them hugging and kissing and stuff. So that's pretty much what happens with that. Oh, next you got Richard Duncan, Oshit, was doing a tattoo on some girl. And then he had to leave because of what was going on with Nicki. Something happened with her, so he had to leave. And he ends up getting in a cab or something and, you know, heading over to see what's going on with her. We'll find out more about it next week. That is my review, you guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will check y'all out later. Peace out.